Hey y'all, what's up? I'm finishing some stuff up here, almost done. As usual, slightly, just like a teeny bit, less prepared than I meant to be, but that's okay. Give me 1 minute. It is, yes. We'll dive into that some more when we get around to the at least one other remix of this song that we'll be listening to today. But yeah, let's see here. So, I'll turn this on. My follower count is broken again for some reason. Something wrong in slobs. What if I do this? Still, no, nothing. Follower count. It's just not displaying anything for some reason. Regular. Font size. Enable. No. Yes. I have no idea why. Just these two pieces of text. What if I do that? No? There's that. I don't know why it's not working. It's supposed to be right there. It doesn't really matter. I could just turn off the little face next to it. But I wish I knew why it wasn't working. I'm going to take another second here. So, huh. If I make a copy of it, still doesn't show up. Yeah, it's fucking weird. What if I add a new... I'm just gonna do it live, I don't care. Yeah, it's so weird. Add new source. Go. Huh. Okay, where did it go? It's... that's not what I wanted. I want to move it. No. Take this. Transform. Center on screen. It's still not working. It worked for a second. Is it my font? How's everyone doing? I'm just going to take a sip of my tea here. We're listening to some music from Ashita, who we'll talk about more in just a minute. Outline. Chat log mode. Use custom text extents. What's that? No. Use Google fonts? No, I don't want to do that. Font style. Huh. That is so weird. I don't know why it just broke. It must be that font. Okay, let me try one more thing, and then I'll move on. New text. Wait a minute, what is this? Follow a goal. Um, 150. Oh, no, this doesn't work. Okay, no, we're not doing that. Okay, again, let's do a new text source. New source instead. Just gonna call it test 150. Yeah, it's like it can't load my fonts for some reason. Huh. I could do that. I have to make sure I don't get too mad. I did just rank up in ranked though. Okay, so since this is not wanting to see my normal fonts for some reason, my extra fonts, let's just do that then. And UI black. And they're so small now, so make it a little bigger. I don't like this font nearly as much, but I'm not going to mess around looking for a new font right now. These are not... Okay, hang on. 36. Transform, reset. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. Transform. Edit transform. 52. Oh my god, it's awful. Okay, hang on. Count. Okay, I'm gonna get this. Put it back down here. That's a little too. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Move it over to the right a little bit. We're gonna take this one. Move it over here. Oh my god. You're right. There's absolutely no reason to ever be anything but overjoyed when playing Splatoon. Okay. Done. Okay, now put this one up a little bit, over. That's good enough. Okay, okay, let me move it. There, okay, let's get started. My webcam, this other one is broken again today, so we don't have that. But anyway, thank you for joining. Sorry for wasting 10 fucking minutes fixing my text because fucking Streamlabs program that I shouldn't even be using because it's problematic decided it can't read my font files anymore. Let's queue up some more stuff. But yeah, thank you for dropping in. We're gonna listen to some music and build some Legos. News, nerdcore news for this week. Really just kind of one small thing. And I don't know if this was just announced or if this maybe was announced a while ago and I just saw it, but this label that I am not familiar with, called We Release Whatever the Fuck We Want Records in Switzerland, is putting out a best of Omodaka's music. If you're not familiar with Omodaka, it's Soichi Terada. He used to produce under that name. Very well-known jungle album called Sumo Jungle. He also did the Ape Escape soundtracks. But Omodaka is like a kind of separate project that he does, and looks like this label is putting out like a best of Omodaka. There's a double LP and a CD version available for pre-order, and it comes out in like a week. Here, I meant to share my browser here. There it is. I really like the album art on here. But yeah, I mean, it's honestly 30 euros for a double LP is not bad. I don't know what the shipping looks like. Let's see. Another $10. That's not bad, really. So I haven't pre-ordered that yet, but I probably will. And I think that's really the only thing this week. Still 2 weeks till the next Bandcamp Friday. And I don't think I really saw anything else come up as far as like new stuff. Of course, M3. What am I doing? M3 is the end of the month, so slightly over a week away, so we can talk about it again next week. There's a few nerdcore things dropping. Let me actually link some stuff. So Furumachi Moi is putting out a new CD. I'm not sure if she's got a specific. There might be like a. Oh, here's a crossfade on Twitter. She does like sometimes chiptune, synth poppy, nerdcore and nerdcore adjacent stuff. She's putting out a new CD at M3. I did mention previously the new DJ EO album coming out at M3 as well. Let me link that. I'll just turn my browser back on. So, here's the link. But yeah, DJ EO's the first album in 10 years, or new album in 10 years. I guess that's since the J-pop remix Greatest Hits, I think. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. If you listen to he put up a little video of the intro to this, which is just like a big mishmash of a whole bunch of different samples. But if you check out that video, you might hear a familiar voice there. But yeah, really looking forward to this. And then there was one other thing. What's his name? Q. Denziha System. Is that not right? What's this guy? I'm gonna have to go to my own retweets here. Let's see here. There's a new Orbital album coming out in like February. Oh yeah, this is also not quite nerdcore, but very close. There's a. Sorry for the fucking Twitter link, but Mokum and Terraform at M3 are putting out fucking Hardcore Tokyo Volume 2. There's a Fukuoka track on that, and a Sharpnel track on that. And then here's what I was looking for. This guy, Q, is also putting out some stuff. He's going to be at the same booth as Furumachi Moi at M3. I don't think he announced anything specific yet, like a release name or anything, probably within the next couple days, but really looking forward to that too. He's kind of a younger guy, but always doing really cool stuff. And I think that is... Oh yeah, and of course new Ditracks on the fucking Hardcore Tokyo as well, so that's exciting. There is not a new Acid Tamiya 346 release coming out at M3 for the first time in like 8 years or something. They're doing an event Let me pull that up. Just in case anyone's in Japan. I mean, people are going to be in Japan soon. I don't know if anyone here is. But, on December 3rd, Acid Tamiya 346 and a couple other Acid acts are putting on an all-Acid techno event at Amp Cafe in Koenji, and there's like a limited CD for the... So it's only 33 people can go, and everyone gets a limited CD. So I can't make it to that, obviously, so I'll miss out on that, unfortunately. But if you're going to be in Japan on December 3rd and you don't have anything to do, then there you go. I'm not sure if the event is full up or not yet. I just want to make sure we're listening to... Okay, okay. But yeah, I think that's it as far as what's been announced for M3. Bumblebee has a booth. It doesn't look like they're putting out anything new. He said he, like, maybe dug up some stuff from his closet, so there might be some old, like, dead stock of stuff. But apart from that, nothing new from them. The new Bumblebee and Joji album from earlier this year, I think last M3. They'll have that, obviously, but yeah. But yeah, if I see anything else announced, I'll definitely mention it next week. Next week, it'll still be like a day or so before M3, because we stream Saturday mornings Japan time, and I think M3 is Sunday. M3 net. Pretty sure it's Sunday the 30th. Double checking. If you don't know what M3 is, it's like Comiket, but for primarily just music. There's a link to the website. But yeah, that's Sunday, so a week from tomorrow, essentially, since it's already Saturday morning in Japan. But yeah, I think that covers all that. I'll talk about today's t-shirt real quick, briefly. So this just popped up randomly on, I think, Yahoo Auctions one day. Oh, right, wrong camera. It is a Ketchup Arts shirt. But let's see if I can do this instead of... This is not working well. That's just my underwear. Okay, hang on. It's an All Japan Records shirt. It says Zen Nihon on the back. Let me just turn around and show you. It's got a little Japanese castle scape on the back, and it says All Japan. And yeah, it just randomly popped up on Yahoo Auctions one day, and I managed to snag it. But yeah, I think that's all our pre-show chat this time. Again, sorry for kind of the kerfluffle there, messing around with text and shit. Yeah, it's a really nice shirt. Right, I was gonna say, I'm gonna change into something else after the show and, like, hand wash this or something maybe, because you may have already seen this on Twitter, but the shirt I wore last week, the Psych Outs one, I was a fucking dumbass, and I washed it and dried it in the dryer, and the print just completely came off. It's just gone. The beauty burst on the back as well, just completely gone. So yeah, be careful with how you wash your vintage fucking clothing that you paid $100 for. Yeah, I paid like $50 for the shirt. So that was a bummer to discover when I was folding the laundry, and I was like, what is this blank black shirt? I don't wear any blank black t-shirts, and then I understood my folly. But yeah, I think we will go ahead and dive into what we're going to actually listen to today. We've been listening to some other music from Ashita. So the first album we're going to listen to today is from Ashita. I'll let this track play out and then dive into it. But yeah, so the reason I'm wearing an All Japan Records shirt is because Ashita apart from this label of his own, Doku Records primarily put stuff out on All Japan Records, which, I mean, so I say that, it's really just like a few tracks, but all the same, yeah, apart from his own label, he's primarily associated with All Japan Records. I'm sure like he was listed as a member or something on their website at some point, I'm sure. But yeah, he's a nerdcore artist out of Fukuoka. There's a lot of really classic stuff sampled on this first album that we'll jump into in just a minute here. While we wait for this track to finish out, I'll just move my stuff around like usual. And so this, what we're listening to right now, you might see that it's tagged. I don't remember where exactly I got this. I think I just got this as files from a friend. It's tagged as an album called just Ashita Tracks with 6 tracks on it. I'm not sure if that's actually a thing or just something someone made up at some point, essentially. Hey, welcome. Excuse me. Glad that you didn't miss much in the first 15 minutes or so. But yeah, I'm not sure if this is like a real, actual album or if it's just some collection of tracks that someone put together and for convenience labeled as an album in their own files. So that's why it's not like listed in the Nerdcore Encyclopedia or anything. But we'll move on from this and dive into our actual album here in like 2 seconds. Here we go. And yeah, let me know as usual. I'm going to turn the music up a bit. Let me know as usual how the volume balance is. And I will start building some Legos too. Okay. Yeah, I had thought last time that we were setting what we had built so far aside, but I guess I'm wrong. So I'm going to bring this back down here. I'm going to have to start raising this up more soon. I think we'll be good for today. But yeah, this I really like the artwork for this CD. I'm not sure why. It's just like, I don't know, it's just really cool. It's just this little rabbit, but you'll see here. So I've got the CD here. You'll see there, it lists the catalog number as, come on, focus. That's so rude that it won't focus. There, it lists the catalog number here on the front as 007, but then on the spine it says 6. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but the other CD we're listening to is also labeled as 7, so I assume this one being labeled as 7 is a mistake. But I got this. This was part of a large package of CDs that was sent to me by Neuron. No, sorry, not Neuron. Nebulizer. I always mix those two up. Nebulizer of Toy Label. And when I got this, like, I had never seen a picture of this cover or anything before, so I at first looked at it and I was like, what in the world is this? Is this just some whatever stuff that I don't care about? But then I looked closer and realized it was this artist, Ashita, who had some tracks on All Japan Records, and I was like, oh wow, this is actually really, really cool. And it, in fact, turned out to be a really good CD. And I have never seen anything, so apart from the other CD we're listening to today, I have never seen anything from this label or any other like CDs from Ashita go up for sale online whatsoever, or even found really any other information. So this CD lists a website on it, which is, you know, some of it is archived in the Wayback Machine, but there's like nothing there. There's pretty much no information. And so like, this is obviously, the catalog number is Doku R006, which means there have to be at least 5 other CDs on this label. But there's just pretty much zero information about any of that. And I hunted and hunted and hunted when I was putting together the encyclopedia to try to find any other information, and the only information I could find was like the very oldest version of one single page on his website listed just the title of one other CD. I think the title and the number of tracks of one other CD. But no catalog number, no jacket artwork, no information about any other CDs. So this is like, apart from, I mean, really including these 2 CDs, but definitely apart from these 2 CDs, this label is really one of the kind of biggest enigmas in the nerdcore collecting history scene. Oh, I didn't show you this little jester guy. Hang on. I'll get you a look at him in a second here. Don't worry. This little dumbass kid. I'm stupid. I don't know why I think he's stupid. He's just got a dumb hairdo and a little satchel on his belt. And then this little girl holding like a doll. I guess that's supposed to be a doll. I mean, it's relatively, proportionally, it's actually really big, but... yeah, I like that the album opens up with kind of a relatively chill track, and then it gets kind of... as we go through, you'll see that it gets a little more energetic. Okay, so where are we here? Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I think I was not, or at least these instructions are assuming I have not joined all this together yet. Or at least I haven't closed it up, so... But yeah, how's everyone doing? Yeah, it gets a little more energetic right from the second track. I'm gonna actually turn it back down a little bit. Wait a minute, no, this is... what's going on here? This is the wrong fucking music. Why did that happen? Oh my god. Okay, did we... yes, okay, we played the right first track. Oh my god. I'm so embarrassed that it took me more than a second to catch that. Here's the actual second track of the album. It still does get a little more energetic with the second track. I wasn't wrong, technically. We'll cut that out in post. Listener exclusive. Live listener exclusive. Yeah, nice Galaga remix for the second track here. Yeah, that's kind of really one of the things I have the most fun with being a collector of this stuff is, yeah, when, you know, out of the blue someone's like, yeah, here, let me send you a package of like 20 CDs, and in that package there's a CD from someone you didn't even know made more than one track ever, and suddenly here's an entire CD worth of music from this person that there was not even any indication it existed before, and you get to now experience, just such a treat. I imagine that's like probably, you know, equivalent to being like, for example, like a Prince fan and one of his old unreleased albums suddenly leaks or gets released and had never leaked before. And it's like, you know, I mean, like, for Prince is dead, sadly. So you think, you know, you're never gonna hear more new music from this person. And then you do. I think that's almost better than, like, finding information about a CD and having to hunt for it for a long time, because then you hype yourself up and it might disappoint you. Oh, awesome. That's so exciting. Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, I'm not afraid to admit that I've had multiple dreams about being in, like, some secondhand record shop in Japan and, like, happening upon a Psych Out CD that I had never even seen information for before. Stuff like that. And every time I wake up from those dreams, I'm like, God damn it. For sure, yeah. Oh, fuck, how did I forget at the top of the show to mention that I'd set up the goddamn Discord? I think most of you, or everyone currently in here, already joined it, so it's not a big deal. I'm also putting these parts together completely wrong. Yeah, I completely forgot to mention that I made a Discord like I said I was going to. Where's that brick separator? I will post the invite link in just a second, just in case there is anyone here who hasn't joined yet but wants to. I'm still getting shit set up. I want to set up like a bot for go live notifications and add a bunch more stickers and emotes and stuff, but there's some people posting music and stuff, so if you want to join, you can. I'll post that link after I pick up this Lego I just dropped. Alright, let's get that link. Never. Create a new link. Copy. Here you go. If you want to join the Bricks and Breaks Discord server, that is your ticket in. I should also start, like, announcing episodes a little early in there, like I said I was going to. I mean, I'm sure you've looked at this, but obviously, so he has, like, some aliases. Obviously, it's not all 90s rave style stuff. But, like, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, that is the kind of thing that I wouldn't be surprised for it to exist and have never been cataloged and just suddenly appear someday. Yeah, Tetsuto Yoshida is fantastic, and I wish there was more of his stuff in the style of what he does on the Speaking compilations. His remix on... I'll post the Discogs links for it. Let me find... Oh, also, first I'll post the Discogs link for this album, just in case anyone wants to take a look at it. Yeah, this album, there's this so weird CD on Toy Label that I still don't know the full story of. I know most of the story of, and this is something I'd definitely love to listen to on the show at some point. But you might have come across this before. This CD called My Life. And so I don't know... Oh my god, why does someone have this listed for $900? Oh, it's Koopy Koo, never mind. So I don't know the provenance of this, and I don't want to talk about it too much in case we do listen to it at some point. But basically it's like 5 tracks and some studio chatter from a demo tape for some, like... I don't even know... I don't listen to the original tracks on it that much. So I'm not sure if it's like a punk band or just like an alternative rock band or something, but just some no-name band that went nowhere. And I don't know if this is some band that, like, Bumblebee was friends with someone who was in the band or was part of the band or something. But it's basically their demo tape and then a whole bunch of electronic remixes, mostly sampling just the studio chatter, rather than the actual music. But there's a Tetsuto Yoshida remix on that is just like fucking top tier. And so yeah, I'd love to listen to that, figure out, you know, like ask Bumblebee what the provenance of it is, and then listen to it and talk about it at some point. Yeah, it's definitely the more jazzy kind of broken beat stuff. I think he was either was or was part of, I think, the Orangers or the O-Rangers, who did some stuff for, like, Space Channel 5 official remix CDs or something. Something like that. Okay, so he's one of 2 members. Right, they did also a track on Beatmania: The Sound of Tokyo. And a remix on Punch the Monkey 3, which also features Psychouts. And I had thought it was under that name that he did the Space Channel 5 remix, but I guess not. Huh. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I didn't click the link for that other guy, but that makes perfect sense as to who the other guy is. Since, for a short period, Bumblebee was also a member of Fantastic Explosion. There's a lot of crossover if you just start digging a little bit. And it's really fun to notice all these little connections. I was gonna mention, sorry, I dropped another brick. I'm grabbing it with my foot. Okay, we got it. There is also a DJ Sharpnel track with this same sample that is also called 9969, if you weren't aware. I feel like I have to mention it. Yeah, I don't think I've actually heard that that Sound of Tokyo track. I should pull that up on YouTube or something later for myself. that it? Electronation, that sounds vaguely familiar. Probably if I looked at like the Discogs page, I would be like, oh yeah, this thing. I'm gonna look. Okay, yeah, I feel like I've, at the very least, looked at the Discogs page for this once or twice before. Love the, it's not castanets. What's that instrument called? The spinny thing that makes that noise? Whatever that is. I love the use of that. It's not maracas, it's like some kind of wheel with spokes on it, and you spin it and something hits the spokes and makes that kind of rattling sound. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, yeah. Well, we all know what I'm talking about, and that's what matters. I think, I'm not sure, is that Doraemon? It sounds kind of like Doraemon, but I'm not sure. Oh, right. This track is called right, yeah, Fourth Dimension in the Pocket. That's a Doraemon reference. Yes, that's Doraemon. Right, yeah. Very similar. I love this bit. Not sure what this little bit of melody is sampled from, or if it's just original. It sounds like it's from like a game, but I don't specifically recognize it. Vibra Slap, that might be it. Yeah. That sounds familiar, at least. This track really reminds me of like something you'd hear on like a Hyundai Rave or a Hake Shokai compilation. So, I've tried to look into that a couple times. I believe it was a VJ unit that was comprised of at least 2 people. There's a YouTube channel with a couple videos on it of like some VJ stuff from them, which I think isn't too hard to look up. I also downloaded the videos from it at some point in case it does disappear. But yeah, I think they were just probably just someone, Bumblebee New. I also found a Twitter profile for one of them, which I think was semi-active, but wasn't posting anything musical or VJ related anymore. So I think they're no longer active, probably just like someone Bumblebee New. But yeah, that's another enigma. And just like really good tracks out of nowhere, and then they disappear. Like they added a second layer of Doraemon yelling there. Yeah, for sure. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention. This has nothing to do with anything, but I was gonna fill y'all in since I don't quite want to be tweeting about this yet, but just before the show today, I had a job interview for what would be a pretty sweet gig. I mean, it's IT stuff like I'm already doing, but working for the county, for the government, and it would be a pretty sweet bump if I got it, so I'm really hoping that pans out and goes somewhere. It went pretty well. Like, I told my girlfriend that I give myself like a B+. It was like a half-hour phone interview. But yeah. Here, I'll check my email right now to see if I got invited to a second, longer interview. Might be too soon, but... I assume... I don't think that my boss, my current boss, watches my stream. And, you know, if he does, then it was meant to be for him to find out. I always, you know, like... Unless you know that, like, your boss or coworkers or whatever follow you on social media, if you don't know, I feel like I always wonder if they're peeking in. No emails yet, but... This track, I am not sure what it's sampling. It's called Charisma Teacher, but that doesn't really tell me too much. For some reason, the vocal samples kind of remind me of a Rhythm Heaven minigame. Not like a specific one, just like the concept of a Rhythm Heaven minigame. But I'm not sure why exactly. Got a nice little windowsill with some flowers there. Did get one email that I can't talk about what it's about yet, but it will be some exciting stuff to talk about soon. And I'm trying to coordinate a second exciting thing to go along with it, but still waiting to hear back from someone. I might need to annoy someone on Twitter. Where does this go? I guess maybe just the like call and response sounding aspect gives me rhythm heaven vibes. But this is 99, so obviously it's way before any of that existed. I really like this bit. The kind of up and down. I'm not actually going to harass anyone on Twitter, for the record. I just might have to send them one unsolicited message. Is that right? That's right. Did I miss something? I missed something. There we go. I fixed it. Got another one of these super tiny windows closed up there. I'll be right back. I think the dog needs to be let out. That's right, it was me. I let the dogs out. And now I'm back. Yeah, so this is another CD that I want to definitely get to on the show at some point. I'm not sure what I would pair it with, but the guy who did the jacket artwork for the Raver Rose CDs and the like early Burning Chrome, DJ D-Path, and M Project Mix CDs, I believe. I think he did all that stuff. He did at least some of that stuff. Also put out a CD of essentially nerdcore. It's really close in style and mood to this album specifically, I'd say. And just another weird kind of one-off thing that not very well known. I don't think it's even been added to Discogs. But yeah, definitely another thing I want to listen to at some point. I'll get the link to the Discogs for the person I'm talking about. And this is, so we did kind of already listen to this track, but it's like a slightly different version, so we'll listen to it again. This is, I was gonna say obviously, maybe it's not obviously, but this is a Castle in the Sky remix, if you're not familiar. Not Castles in the Sky, that's a different thing. But Castle in the Sky. When I was a young tyke and I saw Castles in the Sky in DDR, I thought it was going to have something to do with Castle in the Sky, and I was just completely wrong, and I was like, what is this? I didn't understand. How could two things have similar names? Yeah, let me pull up that Discogs page here. Okay, so I guess it was just the Raver Rose albums, but yeah, I should add that CD to Discogs. So who did do the artwork for those other? I think he did do the artwork for the early Burning Chrome mix CDs too. Right, of course there's no jacket artist credits on them because they're just a disc in a loose case. But yeah, on that album, let me see here. Yeah, there's there's a track called Acid Encoder on that album. Acid Revival, 12 minutes long track at the end of the album. So yeah, definitely stuff in the same vein. Oh, gotta put a door for this room. I've seen that happen. I mean, obviously that does happen, but like, I'm trying to think of. I feel like there was at least one other like really dumb example of that happening. Right? Yeah, that might be what I was thinking of actually. And I'll even see it, you know, just between, not necessarily in music, but like there's a like character designer that worked on like the Paper Mario games and stuff, who has the exact same name as Traffic Jammy's real name. And so like for a very brief period of time I was like, wait a second, but no, it's just a different guy. Right. I do remember one time this was pretty early on, pretty early in my time in Japan, so I, like, wasn't good at getting names down and stuff yet, but, like, early on when I was in Japan, I went drinking with a couple friends, one day, and, like, one of them brought along another friend who just, like, offhand mentioned that they, like, were working on the new Paper Mario game. I think it was like Sticker Star for 3DS or something. And then I was like, I think I like maybe followed them on Twitter, but then like I couldn't ever remember who they were on Twitter because I was half drunk when I did it, and so I didn't remember what their actual screen name was. Another little knight here. I bet he's like the secretary for all the knights or something, because he doesn't have a sword or a helmet. Yeah, I mean, it's not like it was a connection that I was going to do anything with necessarily, but just a funny little anecdote. I like here where we're just like we're like driving away from the song. It's just kind of fading. It's not a traditional fade out, just kind of. Yeah, I think most if not all of the actual, like, armored up knights in this set are female. So I think they probably relegated the guys to office duty. So, 1, 2, 3. Together a cool little rug. I'm sure there were at least a few people. so interesting how this is just like, I don't know who. So it's samples of some person I don't know who being interviewed in a language that, you know, in this context I can't really understand because it's in the background and I don't know who it is or what they're talking about, and yet somehow it still adds something to the track. Interesting. Yeah. So yeah, if I get a new job, I might have to change what day or time I stream, maybe. But we'll see. Did I just not grab the fourth one? I guess not. Oh, thank you. I'm doing it. I just realized today that you can mark those. Oh my God. Okay. Did you mean to do that? Is your? Oh, okay. If you meant to do it. Be right back. Why? You guys don't want to save up your points to make requests? That's very cold. I don't know how to quantify. I mean, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29? 29? Okay, I will dole the rest of those out over the course of the rest of the stream, I guess. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to take a bathroom break at this rate. Well, thank you for all of the hydrates. Yeah, speaking of requests and stuff, I do have a preliminary schedule for I think the next 4 weeks laid out. Let's see here. Okay, so 3 of the next 4 weeks I've got a schedule laid out. Next week is going to be someone's request, and then 1 month from today is another request. Okay, it's actually request, and then well, we'll get to everything, but next week is going to be someone's request. The week after that is a special surprise paired together with someone's request. The week after that, I'm hoping to do something different and special, fingers crossed. And then the week after that will be another request, so maybe it's good that we used up all those points so I don't get a huge backlog. I'm trying. There's some stuff coming out that's gonna be announced soon. Putting together, gonna do a giveaway. Won't say anything more than that. And fingers crossed. Oh yeah, I forgot you can set a limit on redemptions. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna go in and do it right now. But yeah, so fingers crossed. I'm trying to source something to debut on the show, to the extent of something I haven't even heard myself, like a new acquisition. I'm trying to chase up a lead, and hopefully it will pan out. Honestly, I mean, not really, but I almost kind of regret dropping that Hyper Rich Ga Plus remixes so early in the life of the stream. Just because that was also, like, something brand new that I had never even heard before. That I listened to for the first time on the stream. And so I'm hoping there will be more opportunities like that. You know, it's few and far between as more gets discovered and the stuff that isn't is more and more obscure, but no, it's a full album request, yeah. Because generally, so it's a full album request and it's for a future show. It's not to like play a song right then and there. Just since that's kind of how I've structured things, is showcasing full albums. Oh shit, there it is. Okay, let me note that down to make sure I get it scheduled soon. No, yeah, no. I used to have, so it used to be the first season, quote unquote. Excuse me, I was just picking randomized stuff to listen to. And so in that context, it was a little easier to like just stick something in the middle of listening to something else that came up at random, especially if I not accidentally, but happened to like have a 2-track EP come up on random or something. And I used to have a redeem for like play the previous track again or something like that. But that's kind of silly now, so like I removed that redeem and stuff, just since things are a little more structured now, which I think is a more entertaining way of doing the show. あと、そうね、今日聞く、まあ今日配信じゃなくて、説明、なんて言うんだろう、説明、まあ今日一緒に聞いてる2枚と、あと、 明日さんの昔のサイトで、Wayback Machine で、まあ少しだけもう一枚、これね、actor collage? It's probably supposed to be collage. このもう一枚は、まあ、存在するはず。So he's asking if there are any other known Doku Records releases apart from the two we're listening to today. And like I mentioned before, yeah, just this other one that I just found the title listed on the old website and no other information. そうね、なんも情報ない。Yeah, I'd really have to wonder how many copies of these just, you know, clearly home printed and cut out and burned CDs. Like, how many copies of these were they really making? This one's actually interesting, so let me see the best way to... So here's the tray, the side. And here's the back. But the other side, there's nothing there. They didn't make it the right size. This is supposed to be on the other edge, but they printed it at the wrong size. They didn't design the size properly. They forgot to add 2 edges worth of space. So, you know, and like, you can see here, if I flip it over, might be hard to tell, but you can kind of see this was clearly hand cut out with scissors. There's some little jagged edges, which you can't really see because the camera doesn't like to focus, but I promise they're there. And so, with how DIY this is, how many copies are they really making? And therefore, how many are there to have someone list up secondhand at some point? And so if there's only like 20 of a given CD, and 5 people threw it away when they moved, 10 people actually care about it, and 3 people lost it, you know, there's kind of running out of options. One thing, gosh, this was one of the kind of, not that crazy, but kind of crazy things when I was putting together the encyclopedia. I don't remember exactly the context of when I met this guy. I think there was an event. So the encyclopedia came out at Comiket in December. I think there was an event in like October or November that I went to that Psychouts was playing at, and it was at Heavy 60 in Nakano. And some guy there who was just like a bud of Akira Ohashi from Psychouts came to the show because they were playing the show. Not someone I had ever met before, but like I think Ohashi introduced me or something, and the guy was like, "Oh, you're working on the encyclopedia? I've got a whole bunch of old stuff. If you want to just come to my house sometime and take a look through it. I live like a block from here." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And so like a week or so later, I go to this guy's house and like I don't want to shit on him because he really helped me out, but it was like fairly up there in hoarder level of clutter, and like not really room to walk through this house, but you know, he guides me around the corner into like this living area, and he's got a shelf of a bunch of CDs that look like they haven't been touched in 10-15 years, and there's like, there were probably a dozen CDs that either I hadn't even known existed or had never seen in person before. And he was like, yeah, just, you know, borrow whatever you need and just bring it back or send them back whenever you're done with them. And so I just gathered this kind of pile of extremely dusty, again, not touched in 15 years, very rare CDs. And so, you know, these things that there's only 10, 15 copies of, that's probably where a lot of them are in situations like that. Oh, we're almost done. I meant to talk more about the Country Road Meat remix and Whisper of the Heart when the previous track was playing, but I'll just bounce back to it in a minute here. Yeah, no, he was super nice. He was, you know, he was just a normal guy, and yeah, very generous and accommodating. But yeah, it's just, you know, that's where a lot of these CDs end up. I'm just gonna wait for this little bonus track to wrap up. And then I wanted to talk more about Country Road and Whisper of the Heart and Nerdcore. But I gotta make my brain refocus on that. This is Chakato from the Drifters. He asked some kid what he's gonna be when he grows up, and the kid said, "Cutie honey." Okay, pause. Let me just start up the next CD. Wait a second. Wait a second. Okay, I just figured something out. Okay, I gotta deal with this now. Okay, so... So, we'll get back to the Whisper of the Heart stuff soon, but I gotta talk about this CD now. What I was going to say when we played this CD, or as we were listening through it, I was going to be like, this is another CD on Doku Records. This popped up on Mercari a while back. Just out of nowhere. I think we only even noticed it because the guy had listed something other, like, more well-known nerdcore. I don't remember exactly what. But a friend of mine, I think, picked this up when it was listed on Mercari alongside a couple of, like, mixed CDs from a guy in the Fukuoka nerdcore scene. But I was like, holy shit, another CD from Doku Records. And that, I just assumed it was a different artist for quite a while. Just because it was a different artist name. It's MONDOBORG. which is not an artist name I'm familiar with at all outside of the context of this CD. But yeah, for quite a while I just assumed it was a different artist. I was re-listening to this a while back, a few months ago, and I was like, you know, this kind of sounds like it's just Ashita using a different alias. And I think I also, like, found some semi-corroborating evidence for that on, like, scouring BBS posts from his old website. But yeah, I was like, this sounds like it's just Ashita under a different name. What I realized just now is, so at the beginning I was talking about that Ashita Tracks CD that I had put on that was a rip that I had been given by a friend, and I was like, I'm not sure if this is an actual CD or just something that someone threw together. I had not listened to that and this in close temporal proximity before, but they're the same thing. It's just the same release. It's just a poorly tagged version of this CD that my friend had, and I never put two and two together until just this second that, yeah. So I guess that confirms pretty much my theory that MONDOBORG is just an alias for Ashita. And so now we already listened to the first one or two tracks from this, so sorry for the repeats. But yeah, now I know. So I'm sure probably it was like Ashita probably put these tracks up online at some point or sent them to someone at some point, just labeled, you know, not as this MONDOBORG album, but just labeled as Ashita Tracks or something like that. And the person who got them or downloaded them or whatever wasn't aware of this CD, or maybe the CD wasn't out yet or what, and so didn't make the connection. Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you so much. I always forget that. I at least typed it up. Album info. There we go. Alright, well, mystery solved. Okay, and so now, since we're just re-listening to some stuff, I don't feel as bad about talking about the Whisper of the Heart stuff late. But yeah, so there are like 5 or 6 different nerdcore tracks that sample Take Me Home Country Road from Whisper of the Heart. Most of them sample the Japanese cover. But then I believe there's a Japanese, I don't remember exactly how it works. I don't know if anybody else remembers. There's a Japanese cover with Japanese lyrics in Whisper of the Heart that the character works on and writes throughout the film. But then, isn't it that the end credits music is... I'm not sure if it's the same voice actress covering it or just some other woman, but there's a female English vocal cover of Take Me Home Country Roads over the end credits of the song of the movie, I think. And that is what... So most of the nerdcore remixes of Take Me Home Country Road sample the Japanese cover with Japanese vocals, but the one on Technical Foul that we just listened to samples the English language female vocal cover from Whisper of the Heart from the end credits. I think that's right. It's very complicated. But I think that's right because I think I remember the first time I watched Whisper of the Heart, and the credits played, I was like, wait a minute, why aren't they playing the Japanese lyrics cover? Yeah. I also really liked Whisper of the Heart. I think it's probably my second favorite Ghibli movie. It's Ghibli? Ghibli? I don't know. It's both. Probably my second favorite after From Up on Poppy Hill. That's my favorite. Oh! Wait, so... Right. Right, because I forgot also, yeah, of course, there's a dub of the movie, which... So now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I've seen. I think I've only seen it in Japanese. But yeah. I think that's how the Japanese one goes. I'm not sure... not sure what the dub puts over the end credits. Maybe it's that the dub has the English female cover over the end credits, and the original Japanese has the Japanese cover? I don't know. Some Kraftwerk inspired sampling here. How's this supposed to... So that's supposed to sit right there, and then... Okay, hold on. This is, I guess a cover, interpretation, remix, whatever, of The Robots by Kraftwerk. What is... I'm very confused about this. Because this doesn't... It doesn't lock in on the right side here. I don't think I put it together wrong. I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. But this... So it just had me build this bit of wall with the 3 joints on it here. And it wants me to put it in here, just like that. Just like that, right? Not just like that? That's not quite right? No, I think that's right. But then when I close it, it just kind of pulls out. I don't understand. Maybe something else will lock it in place. I'm just going to leave it like that for now. Okay, so... Oh, what? Okay, well that goes there, so that might be part of the issue. Okay, are they both female vocalists? Because it doesn't, they don't use the full original John Denver song. At least from what I remember. Okay, that makes sense then. I had it basically backwards, but... Well, thank you for checking. Sanity check for me. Man, this feels so 90s. Oh, we're doing something crazy. How is this gonna work? Guess so. Okay. Yeah, I believe, if I remember correctly, this CD popped up on Mercari when I was still living in Japan. So, like, my friend, we at the time had this kind of system where, you know, if something rare popped up between me and a few other friends, you know, whoever found the link or the listing first and wanted dibs would get first dibs. But I would just do all the ordering because I was in Japan and it was so much easier to do that than waiting on a proxy service. So this like passed through my hands first, and then eventually made its way to my friend in Germany. Starting to get a nice hunk of castle here. I got to see Kraftwerk one time in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, of all places. It was... I don't remember exactly what year it was. It might have been like 2010, 2011-ish. And it was like 2 of the 4 original members at that time. I think I have time to, yeah, crack open one more bag. I'm gonna make a cool roof, it looks like. Slide that over there. It was a really good show. Went with my dad, because my dad is a big Kraftwerk fan. My dad was turned on to a lot of electronic music by one of his own friends from, like, friends since, like, elementary school, like 2nd grade or something, who is really big into Kraftwerk and has, like, a huge, like, 6-foot by 5-foot piece of original artwork from the guy who did the artwork for the Autobahn video in his house. Like, I don't think it's one of the pieces from the video, but it's like in that same exact style. dog. Oh, he had to walk away. Camera shy. Oh, cool. He's a good boy. He's just sitting on the corner of the couch like a cat because he thinks he's a cat. Yeah, this piece type is really fascinating. It's just like, it's kind of like a rocky crag, but it's surprisingly more common than I would have guessed if I didn't know anything about Lego. Yeah, I really like the jacket artwork for this CD too. I think, honestly, the jacket artwork is what at first made me kind of think it wasn't Ashita, just under a different name, because it's such a different vibe. But, you know, in hindsight, it fits. It all makes sense. The rarest I own. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, definitely that Ga Plus cassette is up there. I don't want to say more because that is like, I mean, I've never seen that go up. Just anywhere at all, aside from the copy that Ani3 sent to me. And so that's, you know, that's definitely very rare. Like, my brain tends to slightly discount it just because it's been a known thing that exists for so long, because the jacket for it is in the this magazine feature, this design magazine called Idea did a feature called Speed Freak Design, where like 5 or 6 collectors compiled a whole bunch of like nerdcore and jcore CD jackets and the like, and it was a little feature in the magazine, and so that Ga Plus Remixes cassette was featured in that, and so it was a known thing. There were no copies available or anything, but it was a known thing for a long time, so like I slightly discount it because of that. I know, you know, that's pretty high in the sought after category, probably just because Hyper Rich has gotten so much attention lately with like the reissues of My Sweet Honey Bunny and stuff. Yeah, No One Lives Forever. Yeah, yeah. It definitely, yeah, reminds me of that too. But yeah, let me think if there's anything else that I would like rank above that. I don't know if this would technically fully answer your, or count as an answer to your question, but for my birthday one year, Fujiko Pro made a bespoke, retitled and unique artwork copy of his very first album, under the, gosh, what name is that under? His old name. I think it's under, is it, I don't know if it's under the Portopia name. Let me see here, hang on. I can find it. Okay, yeah, it's under the Portopia 69 name. Yeah, he made me a bespoke, like, hand-drawn cover, and, like, put a different album name on it, but the contents are his very first name, or very first album under, that Portopia 69 name. And, like, it's got a whole message on the inside saying, like, please don't ever play this for anyone else ever. So we can't listen to that, unfortunately, because I do want to respect that, but that feels up there kind of in that same vein, for sure. Yeah, it was a very nice gift to receive. I mean, I think it's good stuff. I respect his wishes, but I don't think he has anything to be embarrassed of. Am I doing this right? I feel like I screwed something up here. I guess not. I guess it's good. Here's the deal. If you come over to my house, then we can listen to it. But I have to confiscate your phone first. It's a, Wu-Tang... What's the secret exclusive Martin Shkreli Wu-Tang album? Can't remember what it was called. But it's that kind of situation. Yes, thank you. Interesting, yeah. I cannot figure out... Oh my god. Okay, so... Face this towards me, it goes here. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's pretty low in available quantity. Yeah, like that Fujiko Pro thing, you know, that's obviously not something I can just add to Discogs because it's technically not publicly available. I mean, there's some other, like, actual one-of-a-kind stuff, like, they go up on, a couple of these went up on auction, and then a couple of them I got directly from Ohashi Akira, but, Psychouts is, like, live CDs from their shows. After a couple of their shows, he would just, like, hand me one of the CDs used for their mix for that day, and like a few of those went up on Yahoo auctions at one point as well. So those are like one-of-a-kind things. One of the CDs in that guy's house that I was talking about earlier was the like backing tracks CD for what I assume is the last performance under the Psychouts name ever, because it was for New Year's Eve 2003, and I don't believe that Psychouts ever... Yeah, 2003, and I don't believe that Psychouts, as Psychouts, not as Psychouts Ghost, played live at all after that. I mean, it's just, you know, studio versions of 6 tracks. But it's got like the date and event name written on it, so it's like the backing CD from their last show ever. So obviously I don't have that, I had to give it back, but I have like scans of the disc of that and stuff. Oh yeah, I'm getting some more of my sips in here. One kind of project that I've always wanted, like, not actively, but just kind of had in the back of my mind as something fun to do would be to just make a, you know, catalog a list of, like, every live performance from, like, Psychouts, for example. Just put together a comprehensive list of that kind of thing. Or at least as comprehensive as possible. I'm gonna have to figure out what to throw on at the end of this here. Still a tiny bit left of building to do. Is there 1 or 2 tracks left? Okay, there's 2 tracks left. We're good. But yeah, it's interesting to me to kind of trace that, especially like for Psychouts, because, you know, it's not like they ever officially like broke up or made any kind of announcement along those lines. They just, you know, they were Psychouts, and then they stopped performing live for a while, and then they were Psychouts Ghost. So it's interesting to try and, you know, chart exactly where the transition actually occurred. Yeah, I mean, I think the gist I get is essentially that most of the non-core members just kind of wanted to do other stuff, and like the gist I get is between that and just like scheduling got difficult for a while, and so they were just kind of like, let's hang up the hat. more or less. One, two, three, four. But yeah, it is interesting to look into that transitionary period because, like, some of the later Psych Out's tracks on CDs like TVF and Quantum Jungle, you know, some of those appear as is or just slightly reworked on Vikalpa. Which is acknowledged. I mean, it says it lists them as all tracks produced by Psych Out's Ghost 2000 to 2004, and so I guess it's just kind of like the self-retcon recontextualization. Ah, there you go. I mean, hey, you know, unique is unique. Okay, which way is that supposed to? No, it's going this way. Yeah. There's a nice, beautiful thatched roofed cottage, old English style, built into this castle. That is really cool. Yeah, let's open it up. No. You don't want to pull the roof off. I want to open it up. There we go. That's a healthy chunk of castle right there. Okay, so what this is right here, this is a tiny miniature version of, I think, the first ever Lego castle. Let me see if I can pull up an image of that here real quick. Okay, I'm not sure if it's exactly the first ever, but where's my browser? This ugly little yellow monstrosity. You can see the towers and the drawbridge. And it looks like we are going into our last track on this album. Which I definitely recognize this sample, but I don't remember what it's from. Spin water wheel here. Let's see, I wonder here. Let's do this. So the water wheel actually spins that. I guess it's like a mill or something to grind grain or wheat or whatever. I don't know, but it spins. But yeah, let's see here. If I push this here, pull this up. I'll just leave it on the castle. It's fine. But yeah, let me wrap things up here as we close out on this final track. So as usual, we have 2 new folders in the Brick House this week. We've got Season 1, Episode 1, because I'm going back through the Season 1, and let me actually back up a bit in case anyone needs a refresher. The Brick House is where you can download MP3s of all the music we listen to. There's a different password for each episode, and we give out the password at the end of each episode. It's something special for the listeners to be able to enjoy on their own time. As always, please keep this for yourself. Don't post anything to YouTube or anywhere else super conspicuous. If you want to share with friends, I would love if you recommend they watch the show. If they want to just go to the episodes and skip to the end to get the passwords, they certainly can. And that is the link to it. But yes, I'm going back through Season 1. There's just one thing from Season 1, Episode 1 up, and it's just a re-upload of a free Hujiko Pro net release on Sabacon Records that isn't available normally anymore that we listened to. The other thing we listened to was Speed King Volume 1, and that is, I'm pretty sure, available on Bandcamp or whatever. I don't need to make that available from my end. But the password for type it in. Password for Season 1, Episode 1. It's just gonna be all lowercase, one word, pump up. Pump up, one word, all lowercase. So that's for that. And then for today's episode, I didn't upload that Ashita tracks thing, which doesn't matter now, because it's just the same as what we're listening to, this MONDOBORG album. But I have the 2 loose tracks from the beginning and the 2 albums we listened to up. And the password for that is going to be all lowercase, one word, country load, to match the track listing here. Come on. Take me home, country load. So I'll type it out here for Season 3, Episode 3, country load. But yeah, that's gonna pretty much wrap it up for today. Let me make sure I have enough time. A minute and a half. I probably need to queue something up after this. Let's see here. That'll work. Play next. Okay, that's queued up now. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Again, if you want to join the Discord, I don't know, go to my Twitter, find the tweet there. You can scroll up in the chat. I think everyone here is already in it if they want to be. But yeah, so let's take a look at what we're gonna do next week. And let me pull that up here. This is another request from Memphis On. We're gonna listen to these 2 albums from Disco Romance, original album and then a remix CD. I hope I don't get banned for showing this naked old lady on Twitch. But yeah, we will listen to those next week, talk about them more then. And I think that, yeah, pretty much covers everything. But yeah, thank you for joining in. Hope you had a good time. And I will see you again soon. Oh, wait. Hang on. I did get invited back for a second interview. Peace out.